It's time for our 2 cents. Now,
Uh-oh.
I have 1 cent,
And I have the other cents.
which means that our 2 cents. Okay, our 2 cents topic for the day is Black Lives Matter. Okay, Onyx,
Yeah.
what is your take on the subject?
You know what? That's right now. That's a very, very touching subject,
It is.
Sandra. And you know, actually, to be honest, I actually had an episode that happened with my son last week.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
what happened?
My son actually was picking up some vehicles with his dad from the auction, and he called me on the phone with FaceTime. And next thing I know, well, the police were behind him. And he called me and he said, "Mama," he said, "the police are behind me." And so, you know, with everything
I
going on in the world,
I would
the
have called
first
a heart
thing,
attack.
oh yeah, everything with everything going on in the world, you know, I was like, okay, well, just be calm. I was like, "You do have your ID, right?" You have,
Right.
And he was like, "Yes, ma'am, I have my ID." So I'm like, okay, what I should have done was stay on the phone with him, but I didn't stay.
Right.
Because I guess it was just nerves or what have you. And my nieces and nephews, we were all at the house, and instead of thinking positive, we just kind of thought the worst because we
I
could see that
know.
playing out.
Out. So many times.
So
over
many times,
and over and over again.
Yeah, and it took him a while to call me back. I was nervous. I didn't know where he was. We were trying to figure out what part of town he was in. Nobody, remembered what part
Right.
of town when he was calling us on the phone. But thank goodness he called me back probably within 20 minutes.
Okay.
And he said, "Mama," he said, he said, "I was so scared because he was in the car, no registration." The first
Right.
thing I'm thinking, okay, well, they're going to say he stole a vehicle.
Right.
I
Because
can
they
see
just
that.
picked it up from the auction.
Yes, I can
Okay.
see that just being all bad. And the window wouldn't roll down. He told me, he said, "Mama, the window wouldn't roll down." So he said, when I grabbed the door to open the car, he said, I was so scared to open the car door. He
Right,
said, because I didn't know if they were going to shoot me or
That's
not.
true. Just for opening the door. You're right. You really don't know.
Yeah. But it was an eye-opener. And right now, I'd say that he was so blessed that nothing happened.
Right.
They did allow him to call his dad on the cell phone.
Right.
And his dad came back and kind of explained that they had just picked up some vehicles from the auction. So my son was lucky.
Right.
But what about
That
the
is
other ones
true.
that are not so lucky?
Right.
And I think that's a big issue. I think that's a major issue with the police. But you know what? It's not the fact that all cops are bad cops.
Right. Well,
But you
because
know
I
what?
have cops in my family.
Right, and so do we. But you know what? They're just bad people in the world.
Right.
And my take on that is that there's not enough love in the world. People are just, it's too much hatred.
Well, and everybody is into themselves. It's me at all times.
Yeah. I honestly believe that. I think that we all still have to do our part in even raising our children to be a certain way. I do believe that it starts with the foundation at home.
Right.
Definitely believe that.
I totally agree. And with me, I'm so sorry, I'm going to get backlash. But I have people my age that are caring for grandkids and stuff
Oh,
because they're in a happy hour. They go to happy hour.
Right.
I have nieces and nephews that 5 and 6 year olds. I'm like, we going to happy hour. Wow. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's a foundation. I'm
It
so
is.
sorry. Yeah, I'm horrible. I know.
yeah. But I mean, it's not the fact that even just Black lives matter, but all lives matter.
Now they're gonna get you for that
I
too,
know
right?
that, but guess what? This is my 1 cent. It is. It's my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Right.
But I do firmly believe that. I mean, all lives matter. But of course, the epidemic that is happening is our culture,
Right.
African Americans, and it's very, very
Right.
sad that we have to constantly deal with the racial
Right.
profile, and it's really, really sad. But I just pray that that we just need a healing.
Right.
That we all
That's
actually need to come together. I mean, basically, why did Martin Luther King, why did he protest? Why did all the activists, why did they protest?
Yeah, well, yeah, because people died to get us the right,
That's right.
to do a lot
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
I mean, these people gave their lives
Exactly,
for that.
yeah.
So then what are we going to do? And now, and I understand with the, to me, it's counterproductive if some of us are going out there killing cops. That's not going to solve
That's right.
anything.
It's
It's
not
just
right.
going to make everything worse.
Right, because you're still
Martin
taking a
Luther
life.
King was peaceful.
Definitely.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go around killing
Yeah.
people. I know. They don't need to do it, and we don't need to do it.
Exactly.